So, hello, my name is David Green, and I will be presenting about the roles and responsibilities of being a special education teacher, such as myself, or soon to be such as myself, along with my personal philosophy of how to be an educator in the field of special education. When most people think about teaching, they usually think about lesson plans, homework, and grading, which is things I haven't really got into yet, but I'm starting to learn now. However, being a special education being a special education teacher involves much more than that. Special education teachers help students such as academically, socially, and emotionally. Uh, During the day, I usually will cover a certain class, either social studies or science. In those classes, they are in low mods. So I'll say mod one is the highest, which is high functioning. There's two, three, and then four is the lowest, which is the lowest functioning. Um, so during the day, I work with a variety of students with different learning needs, disabilities, and challenges. For me, this makes the role more meaningful and impactful because these kids need the guidance as well as someone who can relate to them, who's young, who can teach them certain things in an aspect of not only just the subject, but in life in general. I feel like that to me is the biggest reason why I want to become a special education teacher. A lot of me needs and need to learn how to be outside in the real world, and as an educator, I'll be able to teach them those things. Uh, just be able to act socially, be a normal kid, how they want to feel, and I think that's the biggest impact. One of the biggest responsibilities of being a special education teacher is adapting to instruction, which I'm finding out now, and what I need to do to fit each student's needs. Every student learns in different ways, such as so every student learns differently. Okay, I say that. So teachers must be. I think as a teacher, I must be flexible and creative, and have a creative way to teach. This can include modifying assignments, which I've done. Uh, when I was teaching social studies for a week, I actually was able to break down an assignment and make it simpler for them to easier to understand. Um, so what I would do is break it down into smaller steps, and I use visuals, and I also was teaching different concepts in ways they were able to understand, which actually helped them out during the quiz. They actually all passed, which I was very glad that happened. I feel like for the role of a special education teacher, I have to help build their confidence and independence. Um, I feel like in that way, I'm able to. So yes, I do teach a subject, but the low functioning people, the low functioning class, they bring internships at my school, so they're able to interact with the real world, see how it works being in a job. Like let's say they work at Key Food or Walmart, they get the chance to be around be around people of their age, so they're around 22, so they're around people who are their age, and they're learning how to work a job and interact with other people, which I think is great. Um, I feel that also many of the students in my school struggle with frustration and low self-esteem, which it's sad to see. Um, I think other teachers do also struggle with that too when they first become a teacher. I feel like in a way, my my principal allowing me to teach has helped me build my confidence in teaching as well as interacting with other kids. I used to be quiet and shy to speak to other people, but being in front of the classroom has helped me a lot and amounts of ways I didn't think I would be able to do. And I feel like that's amazing, not only for me, but for other students that I can be able to teach, to show them that you can do this. It does take time, but allow yourself to grow and put yourself out there, and everything will be fine. Um, I feel like teachers play a vital role in encouraging the students, celebrating progressiveness, and helping them recognize their strengths and abilities. Another thing that I talk about is another important responsibility that follows in educational laws and requirements is the Individuals with the Disabilities Education Act, also known as IDEA, which ensures the students with disability receive free and appropriate public education, which I feel is important. Special education teachers help create and file individual education programs or IEPs, which I'm learning to do now, which are designed specifically for each student's needs and goals. Teachers are responsible for monitoring students' progress, documenting services, and making sure accommodations and support are being provided correctly. I feel like confidentiality is important, extremely important, especially in special education. Not a lot of things should be leaked to students or teachers. Teachers must follow the FERPA guidelines. This is to protect students' information and maintain professionalism at all times. I feel like ethics play a role as well in special education, as teachers are expected to treat every student fairly, respectfully, and with dignity. Ethical teaching means always making the right decision at the right time for each student based on the student's needs. As someone such as myself, I like to advocate for students who don't receive the support in my school. When I believe that students' needs are not being met, I like to I'll talk to the principal, like, hey, the students should get these services or do this, do that. I also like to build trust with the students. I feel like that's extremely important to me. And maybe connect with them, see what they're struggling with, and as we build a positive relationship, not only with them, but with the parents as well. Collaboration is another part of the job. Special education teachers work closely with general education teachers. Not at my job, they don't. We all have special education, but we all kind of work together with the speech therapists, any therapists that are there, the counselors, administrators, and families to support the students' academic success. Communication is obviously important in teaching. Between everyone that's involved, it's like a team. So it makes everyone understand that the student has goals and they have a support plan to help them move forward. And what's the plan after high school? What are they doing? Are they going to trade school? Are they going to college? Are they just working, getting a job? What social needs they need to work on? To be in the real world. I feel like what I'm doing now with subbing is that teachers do work together in the same classroom to support our learners. So it'll be in my school. There's teaching. There's a teacher. And then there's two TAs with the teacher assistants, and we all work together to help all the students in the classroom, and also to make sure that every student succeeds in their own way. I feel like advocacy is important. It's a meaningful responsibility for special education teachers. Teachers are often become strong advocates for students, as it's seen everywhere. In special education, that means making sure that they have accommodations and services that are being followed correctly, and that students are treated fairly. This also means families understand that they have rights and promoting inclusion to students with disabilities to have equal opportunities and to succeed and feel included in school environments, which is also very important to not only myself, but all the teachers that I work with. My personal philosophy, which I wrote down here, is as a future special education teacher, is to create a classroom where students feel valued, supported, and capable of learning. I believe every student has strength and potential, even if they learn differently or need additional support. For me, I want my classroom to feel safe and welcoming, for where students feel comfortable asking questions, they can make mistakes, and learn at their own pace. What I've learned is that patience is probably the most important thing as a special education teacher. We're working with children with disabilities. They have different learning paces, and not everyone learns the same. And it's important to make sure that each and every student gets the help and learns in their own way, and maybe break down a little bit to where they can learn a little bit better or more. I also believe in empathy, flexibility, and communication. Those are all important qualities for teachers to have. Building strong relationships with students and families helps create trust and allow teachers to support students' needs. My Christian worldwide perspective is I believe that every student has value and purpose, just like how God gave us a purpose I feel like every human being has a purpose. I feel like God put us in this world to help teach not only the Bible and the Word, but to also teach others to live in a way that that Jesus lived. And I feel like my purpose is to help teach students with special needs to learn and grow and to be confident in yourself and to know that they can do anything they want in life. Just believe in yourself, regardless of the disability that you have. I was born small, um, and I had an IEP in school when I was growing up. It was called it was learning for learning disabilities, and right now I'm in special education teaching special education children, which is it's a full circle. And right now I love it. I love connecting with the kids. It's a great job. Um, my brother is also a teacher. So is my mother. My mom's a para, but my brother is a teacher. He teaches special education and general ed. And I just feel like now it's my turn to just go in special to education, and I love it. My most important thing is I want to lead with kindness, compassion, patience, and respect. And I also believe in students' grace and giving second chances because mistakes are part of learning and growth. And you see people in the Bible make mistakes all the time, and they're going for their mistakes, and you see that. And these students need help, and I want to be there to help them. My goal is to help students build confidence in themselves and recognize their own worth and potential while creating a classroom where they feel encouraged and supported every day. I also understand that education is changing. It changes every day with more technology coming around. I remember in school I was using notebooks. Now we're in the classroom, they're using Google Classroom. You don't see a notebook in sight. It's crazy to see, but that's how education is being evolved with the use of AI and other apps and websites. It's not only easier to teach, but it makes education more fun. It makes it more interactive. It makes it more not only interactive but more fun. It makes learning. It can make learning easier for them. My plan is to continue going through professional development, collaboration, and with other educators, and learning new techniques and strategies to teach. I also want to continue learning about culturally responsive teaching so I can better support my students from different backgrounds and experiences. Other student has a different background and experience, and I have my own experience that I could teach them, and I'd love to do that. Being a special education teacher comes with a lot of responsibilities, but also provides the opportunity to make a real difference in students' lives. I hope to become a teacher that not only they could trust and rely on, but feel supported by being there every single day. And as a Christian who teaches not only special education but also teaches Sunday school, I'm learning different ways to teach. There's many ways to teach the Bible that I'm figuring out now, and there's many ways to teach different subjects. God had put me in this planet to teach these students and teach the word of the Bible. And this belief has shaped me and in the way that I interact with my students. This is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, Professor. I may have stuttered a lot, but I'm still learning how to speak in front of people. It's a learning process. I know I'm gonna get better at it. I know this is gonna help me be a better teacher. And thank you for allowing me to do this assignment. It's helped me tremendously, and I hope you have a good day.